In this adventure, we'll be overlanding across the Bolivarian Republic of Venezuela.
We don't know what I'm gonna find on the other side.
In Venezuela, we'll be camping beside remote military outposts, navigating the vast waterways of the Orinoco Delta, crossing endless sandy tracks, swimming beneath powerful waterfalls, hiking across immense grasslands, and ascending to the summit of the mythical Mount Roraima. In Venezuela, we'll taste traditional llanero food, drive across submerged roads, put our 4x4 to the test, discover the indigenous waterways way of life, and forge friendships that will last a lifetime.
Oh, final push.
Venezuela is a land of extremes, from dense tropical jungles to sweeping savannas, from the warm Caribbean coast to cold alpine peaks, and from some of the world's most dangerous snakes to some of the warmest people we've ever met. All right, well, if you remember the last time we were leaving Colombia and we didn't know when we'd be back because the border of Venezuela is closed, but we are back now and we have got a big surprise. Pancho was in rough state and he needed a little love and care. Here we go.
Pancho's now Sahara color. We got proper mat tires. And on top of the mat tires, we got a snorkel. Pancho is officially a diver.
We got the most amazing designer to do up these logos, and the kids got to pick two animals.
I picked the jaguar.
I picked this condor up here.
And then we did decide we were finally going to give it a bit of a personal touch by adding our Fire Family logos.
So here is the full tour of the camper. And chase number 2, Venezuela's borders open up. There were some military operation with the United States. Everything changed very quickly. So now the border is open for some of us. So we've made it to Cúcuta, right on the Venezuelan border. Border crossings are always stressful, but this one is especially stressful because we may have the family divided. We don't know what I'm gonna find on the other side. I don't know if there's diesel. I cannot just get cash in a cash machine. So this is the most stressful border yet. Let's see what happens. So I made it to Venezuela. There's been a massive change of plans. I'm all alone. Lucas couldn't come in because of some paper that needed to be done from Spain that doesn't exist. So I'll be going to Venezuela all by myself. So Dana and the kids are going to be going to the Colombian Caribbean. And from there, we'll be meeting in Brazil.
Venezuela is a country on the northern coast of South America, bordering the Caribbean Sea, the Atlantic Ocean, the Amazon rainforest, and the Andes Mountains. Venezuela is one of the most geographically diverse countries on Earth, from the Amazon rainforest in the south to the vast plains of Los Llanos in the center of the country, the highlands of the Gran Sabana in the southeast, the Andes Mountains in the west, the wetlands of the Orinoco Delta in the east, and the tropical coastline of the Caribbean Sea in the north.
I made it to my first destination here in Venezuela, which is Peribeca. I found a very beautiful square with churches, colorful houses, very friendly locals, and an awesome place to park. So that's me out of the mountains and into the llano. I've stopped here in the middle of the llano and time for a proper llanero meal. Okay, third day here in Venezuela. Keep driving the llano, direction Caracas. And third night here in Venezuela is gonna be in this beautiful forest. It's nice and cool. I have the military right behind me, so I'm gonna be very protected. They're very nice. They've offered me water, they gave me Wi-Fi, so amazing. So these are my friends. Let me spend the night here.
Saludos.
Great people here. So I've kept driving and driving and driving, and I've made it to the Caribbean Sea. So time for a little swim. And here it is, the Caribbean Sea. Time to swim. Yeah. All right. and finally made it to Puerto Ordaz. This is gonna be my base to explore the Orinoco Delta and to prepare the expedition to the Gran Sabana. So first day here in Puerto Ordaz, I'm with Diego, which is one of the tour operators here in the area. He's been giving me a ton of support here in Venezuela, and today he's gonna take me to La Llovizna. We're going in his awesome 4x4. We've been walking for 10 minutes and it's getting very, very noisy. It must be a huge, huge waterfall. This is what they call Playa Asfalto. This is a road that goes straight into the middle of the lake. What really happened, this was a river, they put a dam and it flooded a village. So now they brought me here to La Piedra Elefante, Elephant Rock. Totally see the trunk over here and the hedge. So we've decided to climb up to this massive rock, not walking, but by car.
The only way to be like this.
So this is where we park, and this is where I walk up. All right. And I made it to the top of the rock.
The Orinoco Delta, located in eastern Venezuela, is one of the largest river deltas in the world. This vast labyrinth of waterways, mangroves, and flooded forest is home to an extraordinary diversity of wildlife and indigenous communities.
So we're moving up the river. It's very beautiful, it's very lush, it's full of trees and plants and a lot of birds. He is cutting some palm tree that we're gonna eat. Hope it's not poisonous. Pretty good. So we have several howler monkeys. We don't really see them. They're somewhere in there. We've arrived to some sort of village and they live truly in the middle of the forest. So it's a very basic village. It's just a few huts with hammocks on them. So they gave us some fish so we can go fishing for piranhas. So this is Julio, our local guide.
La palabra guarao significa gente de monte, porque la cultura de nosotros es vivir en la fauna, pues.
This concludes the first part of our Venezuelan expedition. It has been incredible to discover the Caroní River region, visiting the impressive La Llovizna waterfalls, driving across flooded tarmac roads, and climbing to the summit of Elephant Rock before exploring the lush forests of the Orinoco Delta. There, the indigenous rural people live closely connected to nature, taking only what they need from the land and river, whether through fishing its waters or harvesting fruits and plants from the surrounding forest.
So I'm getting closer and closer to the Gran Sabana. I have 218 kilometers to the beginning of it. I'm crossing one of the last towns before the Gran Sabana, and this has a wild frontier feeling. This is the Wild West. This is gold mining capital. All they have is mining equipment, mining trucks, and just miners. Some of these towns work on gold, like you can pay with gold dust or with just plain gold. So for example, here we can see the prices in gold. So it costs either 10 Brazilian reais, $2, or 2 milligrams of gold. And the climb begins to la Gran Sabana. Okay, I made it. Gracias por grabar, amigo. First stop of this trip. I've been driving all day, so I am actually feeling very good walking. So I'm gonna go to a lookout point. Oh my God, the views from here. Unbelievable. What a place. So I kept going up the rocks, and this is where I'm camping. Pretty amazing views of the jungle here. The Gran Sabana is on top of those mountains. So tomorrow, in an hour, I'm in the Gran Sabana. Sunset is gonna be unbelievable. So I'm just walking up here. And first beer o'clock on camera in Venezuela. And 2 red macos right there. And the jungle has waken up with a lot of energy. I can hear howler monkeys, I can hear all the birds, the guacamayas flying all over. So pretty cool. I could spend all day here watching the jungle, seeing the birds fly by. It's full of red macos everywhere. I can hear the howler monkeys, I can hear all the insects. But I need to go towards the Gran Sabana and start that adventure.
The Gran Sabana is a vast highland region located in southeastern Venezuela near the borders with Brazil and Guayana. Known for its endless grasslands, rolling hills, waterfalls, and ancient tabletop mountains, it is one of the most unique landscapes in South America.
And I made it to la Gran Sabana. Here it is. Trees are disappearing. Endless flat roads, trees on this side, no trees on that side. So I'm in my way to see my first waterfall, and I got myself 2 very nice guides.
Hola.
Yesael and Joshua are gonna be my guides, and they were telling me all the dangers about this place. The most evident one is the sun, so I've had to protect. And second, and more importantly, there's a bunch of rattlesnakes. Now, let's go see that waterfall. ¿Por aquí?
Sí.
Okay, and this is a trail. My first waterfall in the Gran Sabana. These are Tarotá Falls, and they are magnificent. Time to swim. ¿Listos?
Sí.
Okay, let's do it. And we made it under the waterfall. It's amazing! Okay, so we're continuing the excursion up the river. And they brought me to the top part of the waterfall. Pretty amazing from here. After visiting the Tarotá Falls, and now to continue to Aponwao Falls. So this is becoming proper 4x4 Haven't done 4x4 yet in Venezuela. Let's go for it. Not bad, not bad. This is getting fun. And let the sun begin. Woo! Okay, tricky. too easy with brand new tires. I want my old ones. It was more fun. It truly is a fun road. There was a few moments that was very bad, like bumpy, but now this is just fun. Time to get to camp. I should be there in no time. Oh my God, the sandy beach is nice. Refined. Just crazy road. Okay, so I arrived to the community and everyone asked me for the Wi-Fi of the Starlink. So this is my camping for the night. Tomorrow I'll be crossing this river and walk for an hour to get to the Aponwao waterfall, which I've heard is amazing. I put my password for the Wi-Fi here so anyone can come and connect. I'm charging a bunch of phones because they don't have electricity. So yeah, they depend pretty much on tourists. And I don't think they've seen a tourist for a month. All right, so it's early morning and it's time to go visit the Aponwao waterfall. I have my local Pemon guide, Adan. So first thing is to cross this river and then a big long walk to that beautiful waterfall. This is the Aponwao River. Eventually it goes over until it drops on that Aponwao waterfalls. Now on the other side, time to walk. So we're leaving the grasslands here and we're entering a more bushy area. I can hear the fall. Aponwao Falls, here we come. Oh wow, that's one big fall. This is not our final destination. We're gonna keep going down to see it from way below and hopefully swim. So as we go down, it gets more and more forested. The sound it makes is amazing. Here it is. It's a huge waterfall. It's so powerful. I can feel the whole water hitting me. I would like to swim, but it's pretty cold. It's time to say goodbye to the Aponwao waterfall and make our way back and continue the adventure down the Gran Sabana. Time to leave this lovely community of Liboribo, head back on that horrible road, and to continue to explore the southern part of Gran Sabana, and that's where the Tepuis are. So let's go check them out. And finally, back to tarmac. It's been one crazy road, plenty of holes, plenty of sand. Then I got to the community and they don't have electricity, they don't have internet, so everyone came around my camper to get on the Starlink. Then I did a walk to Aponwao waterfall, 100-meter tall waterfall. Amazing adventures. So far, the Gran Sabana is being very wild. And there I have my first tepuis. There they are. And this is my campsite for the night. I have a very nice and flat area and amazing tepuis right here. So there in the clouds I have Tepui Uru. Next to him we have Tepui Tramen. Then Tepui Karurin. Again in the clouds we don't really see it. We have Wadaka Piapo, followed by Iwarkarimo and the big flat table there. That is Roraima. That's the one I will be climbing 6 days to climb and explore the whole tabletop of that iconic tepui. All right, so I made it to Santa Elena, so that's me done with the Gran Sabana. I started off with that beautiful mirador where I could see the whole jungle with all the gold mines. There were all these beautiful birds, all these red blue macaws, and it was a very, very nice introduction to the Gran Sabana. From there, I went up into the grassy flatlands of the Gran Sabana. It was amazing. There were so many waterfalls. I went for swims. Those very nice kids that guide me into that waterfall. We were swimming. We went under the waterfall. From then, I went to the Aponwao waterfall water road. That was crazy. Massive drops, sand. and more sand. Then I camped there with the indigenous community that keep asking me for the internet and to charge the cell phones in my camper. Then I went on that walk to the Aponwao waterfall. It was huge, 105-meter drop. Then I went and saw my first Tepuis. I camped the night right there and I had all the Tepuis and massive Roraima in front of me. And from there, I just came here and tomorrow I start my Roraima climb expedition. So more tomorrow. Okay, so here I am at the base of Nativa Tours. Here I have Junior.
Hello, hello.
So Junior is gonna be our guide and cook.
Yeah.
Guide and cook. 2 in 1. Supporters. And here's all the equipment that we're going to be bringing. Kitchen, food, and camping equipment. And then, obviously, our personal equipment somewhere else.
Mount Roraima is one of the most famous tepuis in the world, located at the triple border between Venezuela, Brazil, and Guayana. Its flat tabletop summit covers an area of 31 square kilometers, surrounded by massive vertical cliffs that rise hundreds of meters above the surrounding Gran Sabana. Its ancient rock formations, permanent clouds, and isolated ecosystem create one of the most mythical and spectacular landscapes on Earth.
All right, so get aware of the whole team. In the back of a Land Cruiser. All right, so we made it to Tepuis, which is our final destination with the car at the beginning of our hike. So here we are unloading the stuff to begin our hike. 6 days of walking from now on. This is the team. That's the guy that we already met this morning. Here we have someone from Venezuela, from Germany, and 2 Brazilians.
Here you go.
And me. First day is mostly flat. It's around 13 kilometers, so mostly grassland, no big climbs. Just walk, walk, walk. So the trail is very well marked. We're going through grasslands, up and down some hills, and we can see Roraima right over there. In between, I wish I could say it's clouds, but it's smoke because the indigenous people like to burn the grass here. And first river crossing, a traditional bridge. We've crossed the first valley. We started in that town over there. Went down, went up, went down, and all the way up here. And Roraima is clearing up.
First day.
And here comes the Brazilians.
Bueno.
Bueno.
Ah.
Enhorabuena. Congratulations. First day finished. So it's a pretty basic camp, but luckily it has a few shades, it has a nice river to swim, and a few huts where the park rangers live. And now time for a river bath. After being in the scorching sun for hours hiking, it feels so good. Okay, so we've got camp all set up. We have excellent views of both Tepuis, and this is where we're gonna sleep. Okay, so it's dinner time. So we have chicken rice and salad. So it's a brand new day. I slept pretty good considering that the sun is very, very hot. So yeah, waiting for breakfast and to start a new day. And a new hiking day begins, and we're gonna start it by crossing a very slippery river. Okay, so today's hike is gonna be around 10 kilometers, mostly uphill to go to Roraima base camp. So it's right at the base of the mountain. I think it's one of the most beautiful camps we're gonna be in. And this is the second river we're gonna be crossing today. So that is Roraima. So the camp is somewhere behind that little ridge at the very base of Roraima mountain. So from up here, I have amazing views of the savanna, all the grasslands that goes forever. Getting close to Roraima. And I made it to base camp. It's gonna be a nice and cold camp at the very base of Roraima. So here comes my food. I thought I came to the ground camp. Here, I've been waiting here for a while. Sí. And that's another day gone. Time to have dinner and a good night's sleep before the climb to Roraima that begins tomorrow first thing. And another day that begins. This is day 3, and today is the big climb. 1,000-meter climb to the next camp, which is at 2,700 meters, pretty much at the summit of Roraima. So the path goes up here, into that little crack, and up to the top. It's only 5 kilometers, but it's pretty much straight up. And arepas for breakfast. Ready?
Ready. Go up.
And the hike of the day begins. So today is summit day. 1,000-meter climb, 5-kilometer hike. Well, it got steep pretty quickly. It's mostly up, but we are in a very thick jungle. So there's barely any sun, so it feels very, very nice and fresh, and it's also very beautiful. We are getting close to the actual wall, but from here I have amazing views of the valley. I can see yesterday's camp over there and the days before camp as well. And I made it to Roraima. Whoa! Woo. First accomplishment of the day. So I'm here by this waterfall, and there's all these hummingbirds swimming and bathing. It's so cute, and they're pretty big, and they're not shy at all. They've come pretty close to me. So now this is the crack in the mountain where I make the final ascent to Roraima's top. Making very good progress. I'm halfway up the crack in the mountain. So I started down there to here, and it's starting to get very nice and very beautiful. Final push and to the summit. Made it to the top. This looks like a extraterrestrial landscape. It's all black granite with different type of formations. Some look like animals, some are just pinnacles. There's a misty feeling. Mountains high are your stages. So I found this very nice shelter here under this rock. From here I have great views of the whole cliff and the trail coming up. And here comes the rest of the group, right down there.
Bueno, amigo.
Ogo. Sí, bravo. Bravo.
Wow!
Bravo, bravo.
With each breath you break free, victory's waiting.
And now onto the labyrinth to find summit camp. Okay, and home sweet home. This is our cave. This is our cave for the night. The hotel. All right, so camp has been set up. I've already had my bath and I'm ready to have some tea and enjoy the afternoon. All right, after a very, very cold night, it's time to go explore the summit. So, Roraima top has 34 square kilometers and is shared with Brazil and Guayana. Our first landmark is going to be the window. There goes the geologist in the search of more quartz, such as this one.
The magma through the rock and then crystallized quartzo like we see.
Eric is not only a police officer, he's also a geologist.
A geologist.
So we made it to La Ventana, which is the edge. This is where Roraima ends, and we see the whole valley of the savannah. Here are the views. So we made it to the hot tubs. It has to be done. It's a bit chilly. And after a refreshing swim, it's time to climb to the tallest point in this mountain, which is Punta Maverick. Punta Maverick, right there. To the top we go. Time to begin the climb. Here they come. One final push. And I made it to the top of Roraima. This is our guide that brought us up to the summit, Junior.
Gracias, amigo.
Alright, so today is the day to the long way down. Since today there's no clouds, I woke up extra early to go see the Ventana. So I'm gonna quickly run there, come back and catch up with the group. Hope I don't get lost, because this is a real labyrinth. And I believe I made it. This is La Ventana. All right, I made it back to camp and to my backpack. Now it's time for the long way back.
We have a present for your ascent to Roraima. Monte Roraima!
Con Nativa Tours.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy to cut this trip with you. I'm really proud.
This is the Venezuelan of our group, and this is every Venezuelan should do in their lifetime, right?
Yes. Thank you so much for coming.
So Scarelli, she's the organizer of this whole thing. It was all possible thanks to her. She put everything together. This is me done with Venezuela. It started with a rough start, not letting the inn and the kitchen. That first stop in the little town in the Táchira, already meeting the locals, that was brilliant. The next stop was in the middle of the jungle with the military that treated me so well. Then I finally made it to my first real destination of Puerto Ordaz. That's where I met Diego. We visited the Caroní River, the waterfalls, and just had a great time exploring that little area. From then, I did a little excursion into the Orinoco Delta, saw the indigenous people of that area, how they live, how they fish, and just that beautiful dense jungle. And last but not least, that was the real adventure. La Gran Sabana. I started off with the gold-rich jungle, the last wild frontier. Then I got into the first mirador where I could see the Dorado Plains. From there, it was time to begin the real savannah. Started off with the grassy flatlands, went off to waterfalls. I had those two great kids as guides, and then we were swimming in that pristine pool with the waterfall. Then I went to the Aponwao waterfall, arrived to that remote community where everyone asked me to connect to my Wi-Fi and asked me if I could charge their phones. It was a true experience. Then obviously the hike to the Aponwao waterfall was magnificent. What a drop, 105 meters. From there, I continued south to arrive to the first Tepuis. I made an awesome camp with excellent views of all the Tepuis. And then I made it to Santa Elena, where I started the trek of Roraima. I had an amazing team, 2 Brazilians, 2 Venezuelan Germans, the porters, the guide. It was just amazing. First day, we walked from the town to Camp 1, where we set up camp in front of Roraima. Second day, it was the hottest day ever, but we made it to base camp, where we got up close to Roraima. Third day was the big climb, all the way to Roraima summit. Massive climb, beautiful views, and just the surreal top of Roraima. Fourth day was exploration day. It was a shame, it was very cloudy. So I swam in the natural jacuzzis and we went to see the edge, and finally made it to the very top, to Maverick Point, tallest point in Roraima. We had the best time ever. We had an amazing time as a group, and that closes down Venezuela. Now it's time for me to move to Brazil.